Alright, we're going to talk about the easiest way to make lava first in this video. I forgot to remember. Every time I keep forgetting to save my rope after I delete this thing. There's just some crazy little thing I was doing. It looked better when it had reflections on it. But I was trying to put an animated texture on an animated object and that doesn't work. So that experiment didn't work. Alright, so the easiest way to do lava is to animate it, which is a material. You go to animated properties. Now all this is just a plane that I made in Blender. For anybody that already knows Blender, it's just a plane with a tileless, seamless texture, which I imported into the game, which has no collisions or anything. In lighting, it's got glow applied to it. And what I'll do is go to the animate properties, and I'll do a scroll animation, which this is your scroll speed, and these are the directions that it can go, which will pick a very slow speed, like lava moves really slow, and we'll have it, let's see. Now this isn't the same as the video I made of the animated video of lava actually animating right from the video file. This is the easier way to do it, which can have some pretty, I guess, some decent, I mean, it kind of looks okay. Now say this was like a river bend like this and you didn't want your lava to look like that, kind of like flow in that direction. You could also do something like rotate, animate. But you see it's rotating, and this determines the point of origin of the rotation. Let me go from the sky. You can see better what this does. This is basically sets the axis to the rotating center, which if I want this to kind of spin around like this, then you just have to play with these numbers, because see, now it's rotating on an axis over here. You just have to play with these numbers till you get it. And the reason I do it like that or this method would be like, you know, if it's kind of like lava that's kind of going around this little island, which is not perfect, you know, it's got its limits. But that gives a little better illusion of it coming around the corner and going around the corner than if it was just flowing in one direction, oops, like this. So you can kind of see the difference between the two. Now wave is not like a wave like you think a wave is a wave. A wave is like an oscillation kind of deal where it does this or that or that, which that's pretty much next to useless for this. And of course the amplitude is the amount it'll rotate or oscillate between, and the frequency is the speed that it'll go. You could have it just go a short distance, which is how I like to do like bushes and stuff to look like leaves just gently moving in the wind. But anyway, this is pretty much next to useless for this, the way it's just kind of doing that. I would say do something like this without the wave, or do the scroll but adjust the speed. But, you know, lava moves pretty slow. Mostly it doesn't move. It's under stuff that doesn't move. Only when it's coming down like a active eruption does it really make a river. Alright, now how would you do that in a river? Well, that's a whole nother video probably. I won't even get into that yet. I'll just say how to add some little effects like this lava is burning this bush. But you have to hold on a minute. I'll be right back. I don't have natural energy, so I rely on coffee to get me started. In the morning, I thought I could make it to the end of this video, but I was wrong. Sorry, so the next thing, create object, particle emitter, and we get this default emitter. Now don't confuse this with particle editor. I won't mess with that thing anymore. I've had to reinstall twice because I screwed something up, deleted a data block or something. So we need a little fire effect on this particle. So in our inspector, look for a fire. I wish they would have it where you could, I'm gonna suggest that today in the forum. I can scroll my mouse wheel and go through these, or hit an arrow key to move through them instead of having to click on every single one until I find the one that I want. There was a list, I seen it somewhere. Where that list is, I couldn't find it again. Now at the very bottom there is a few of these that have some that they generously labeled, but that one will kill your performance. Yeah, that one will kill you right there. But use that one or that one. And okay, yeah, this is the one I was looking for. Like there's a little bush that's burning from the lava. And you got a velocity you can adjust, which is more or less the not necessarily the speed, the length of the velocity. I guess that's about the same thing. It's easy to copy these emitters by just picking one and holding shift and picking an arrow, and you can just make you some copies. Have you some different ones. That just moves too fast to me. I don't know. I don't like it. Like the actual flames, there's probably a small handful, and then it goes on to some other ones. Finding the right one for you, which one looks right for you, or it's up to you. Some of these are quite intensive on the old GPU. The old 2080 Super is struggling here. This one probably be kind of like a steam coming up, or smoke. Obviously I cycled through all the fire ones, so the fire ones are quite limited. Now the particle editor is quite vast what you can do with it. I did mess with it, but I keep, like I said, for some reason I keep somehow deleting my data blocks, and I have to reinstall the game. I'm not sure what I do wrong, but it has to do with making a new emitter. It's like in the particle emitter itself. Look at that particle editor.